Ripple versus the SEC. When will this lawsuit finally come to an end? No one knows for sure. However, we do know that Ripple has to be smart about making its mark and becoming the #1 crypto remittance token. Why is this important? With Bitcoin nearing $100,000 mark at every tick of the clock, this lawsuit stands to be the only hindrance to XRP following on in this bullishness till the end of the year. Even worse is the request of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission to extend the deadline of the discovery process. Welcome back to Make Money Online. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications. We'll be right back after this.
GSX is an unprecedented financial asset that combines the best elements of a traditional investment with the backing of a stablecoin and the use cases of many of the largest decentralized currencies like XRP.
"2021 is the year for digital assets and cryptocurrencies. Like the previous years, leading up to the end of a bull season, this year birthed so many promises for the digital asset class. Conveniently, digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain technology-related topics are among the hottest topics flying around the mainstream media in most recent times. Yet the growth of this digital asset class is still hampered by unclear regulatory structures that engulf some of the world's biggest economies, such as that of the United States. With the financial regulatory bodies in the US tagging most digital assets as securities, XRP seems to stand no chance. Following Ripple's consent to the SEC's request to extend the rebuttal report's deadline while opposing the Commission's plea for an extension of the close of the expert discovery, Judge Sarah Netburn has recently granted the plaintiff's demands by pushing the discovery back further by 60 days. But with this news comes an even more heightened anxiety complex for XRP holders, who had earlier reached out to attorney John Deaton to include them as part of the putative class. Now, the approval of this request to extend the discovery deadline has, as it kicks in, it is set to disrupt the course of action for XRP and Ripple, at the same time making it even harder for members of the XRP community who've been counting the days until the lawsuit is finally over. The news was confirmed following a recent document published on the Crypto Law US website. The deadline has now been moved to Friday, 14th of January 2022. This order served as a text-only order and was published on Thursday, 21st of 2021, revealed that both parties concede that there are likely at least 14 expert witnesses that are yet to be deposed. However, the defendants believe that these depositions can reasonably be conducted within 18 business days, given the resources available to the SEC. Thus, there was no need for an extension to 60 days. This new arrangement, with the court granting plaintiffs' request to extend the discovery deadline, things are going to change for Ripple. With an extension of the timeline of the lawsuit and the new dates being set, including the deadline to conduct fact discovery, which was extended to Tuesday, 31st of August 2021. The expert discovery was shifted to Friday, 15th of October 2021, as ruled by Judge Sarah Netburn. Thus, this new time frame has renewed the growing anxiety among XRP proponents and cryptocurrency enthusiasts alike, given that the fourth quarter of every bull season is when we see those significant gains in the fast-moving crypto industry. I can assure you that an extension of this kind might well be seeing XRP sitting this one out. As such, in response to the SEC's initial request to push the discovery deadline further down the lane, the defendants have argued that any further delay in resolving this lawsuit will cause serious harm to not only the interests of the defendants, but also to that of XRP holders. An insight that incited another group to the case that seeks the audience of the court, as the John Deaton-led XRP army, some of whom are already on the councils of Amici Curiae, otherwise referred to as Friends of the Court, filed a motion asking the presiding magistrate to consider the views of the XRP holders. However, the court failed to budge to Ripple Labs' requests, as the order as mentioned above accepting the SEC's request hinted that while the court recognizes that both parties have dedicated substantial resources to litigate this lawsuit, given the waiting motions to dismiss and strike, as well as an earlier suspension of any deadline to file a motion for summary judgment. Therefore, this additional time petitioned by the SEC will not affect the schedule to resolve this case. The court has the idea that this additional time would allow both parties to complete an excellent fact discovery exercise while making proper preparations for the expert deposition phase. In addition, an extension of the discovery timeline will give both the fintech startup and the United States financial watchdogs more time. At some point in time, the SEC will have to admit that there's nothing in any of the contracts issued by Ripple Labs that hints of an expectation of profits by purchasers of XRP, which poses a considerable threat to the SEC. Following the recent developments in the lawsuit, the judge has granted in part, just as it has denied the list of motions filed by both parties, especially the SEC, with its myriad of requests. The New York District Court has granted the SEC the right to conduct 5 additional depositions while denying a 6th without prejudice on the premise of the motion being unripe. More interestingly, the court rejected the SEC's request to seek records on the Office of Ripple's General Counsel and Deputy General Counsel, on the grounds that those were to be considered privileged communications. In addition, Judge Netburn also denied the SEC's request for Ripple's documents relating to its lobbying efforts, as well as those requesting the production of Ripple's documents post-dating the complaint. Just as the previously released order by the court had the magistrate granting the U.S. Financial Police the right to renew the same motion in case the defendants try to raise its beliefs or rely upon its privileged communications in support of its fair notice defense. Considering their fair notice defense in its entirety has the potential to save the United States crypto industry from the shackles of the SEC. And at this point, two primary reasons could be the major causative factor to seeing the outcome of the lawsuit go in favor of Ripple or the SEC. First, we have Ripple's fair notice defense and the facts of the actual status of XRP on whether it's a security or not. Also, as most of Ripple's requests for admission were stricken, with a lot more of the SEC being approved, however, just as onlookers have continued to count the days until the lawsuit is over, Attorney Jeremy Hogan has shared his thoughts on the latest file released that highlights that Ripple's interrogatory is not irrelevant as it serves to clarify that the SEC acknowledges the terms of any contract identified in response to Ripple's interrogatory number 1, created an expectation of profits for XRP investors. Similarly, the defendants who had filed a motion regarding its interrogatory number 2 have been granted. Therefore, the SEC must supplement its response to interrogatory number 2 to spot any specific contractual terms and not just implicit and explicit promises as earlier stated. Given the SEC's knack for ending its cases in settlements, such as that 96% of all SEC cases are settled before trial, out of which 60% end right before litigation and 90% after that. With this fact, we have our guide towards knowing what is coming. Right now, the SEC will agree that there is nothing in any of these contracts that created an expectation of profits for XRP holders. Seeing as the defendant's motion to compel the SEC towards offering Ripple the chance for 2 interrogatories, namely the numbers 2 and 11, just as the motion as to Larson interrogatory number 5 was denied without prejudice. As to the rest of the interrogatories at conflict, the defendant's motion is granted insofar as the SEC is ordered to supplement any responses that are yet to be verified, given they integrate or refer to unverified statements, and increase any responses that incorporate by reference its answers to other interrogatories following Rule 33b-3. And on the flip side, the SEC's motion for a protective order was also granted as to the 6th set of requests earlier filed by the Commission. Also denied were the 4th and 5th sets of the SEC's prior proposals. Finally, one great deal about the court's ruling in favor of Ripple Labs was that, since the SEC had requested an elongation of the discovery deadline, then the financial regulators must respond to all discovery demands being put forth by Ripple within 45 days, unless otherwise provided in that order. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on bell notifications. We also have a free Discord group where we share daily signals, and now you can also support us on Patreon. We have a special offer for our first 100 members, only $9.99 for our VIP Discord channels, where we share much more in-depth analysis and even one-on-one sessions. And make sure you check out the GSX competition for your chance to win big. Links are below, and if you have any questions, drop us a comment. And we'll see you next time.